So we've got a diverse community. We talked about some of those different layouts. What about finish, right? How do we finish the inside of these units?
If it was up to me, I think everything would be LVT. More so because it's pet friendly.
What does LVT mean?
So it's luxury vinyl tile. It's a step up from vinyl flooring.
Like a rolled out,
yes,
cheap vinyl. Yeah.
So it's a step up from that. It will come in planks. Sometimes it does still come in a roll. It depends, but it's a thicker. When you're pulling your chair across it, it's kind of what I'm envisioning. I remember having linoleum in a house when I was growing up.
Snag the linoleum.
Yes, and it's like chipping it, right?
Can you believe linoleum was a thing?
No. And I can't believe when my parents built their house, they put linoleum in it again.
On
I was like,
purpose.
What the?
Yeah.
So LVT. So obviously it's not a wood floor, but it's more like a wood floor than a vinyl is.
Yeah.
Holds up a little bit better. But I think having pets, that could be a huge thing. The problem that you come to is LVT on stairs. I apologize. It can be done, but it is really costly. So that's one thing where you may just consider, I'll just put carpet on stairs. But I think that's a huge need, or at least in the common areas. I know we've been doing that a lot lately where we put it in the family rooms. You know, it's obviously in kitchens and bathrooms. Bedrooms, you may still want to stick with the carpet, but I prefer it all the way through.
Chase?
I think the biggest thing is you really want to take a step back and put if you're not a tenant, some of us might be, but if you're not a tenant or if you're not renting, you have to take your mind there. What is the tenant looking for? And when I used to rent back in the day when I was single or newly married, I was looking at cost, right? And so understanding what the costs are going to be to lease it up, and then putting yourself in the mind frame of the tenant. Because me personally, right, probably going to want some nice things, or the quartz, the granite, and sometimes that is going to make sense. That's what the tenant's going to want, or the stainless steel, the appliances. So it's just a balancing act, I think. Understanding what the tenant wants, where your rents are going to be, and putting yourself in their mind frame of what they're looking for. Does the crown molding really matter? No, that's why we've probably never done it. So some things aren't really going to matter. You're not going to see your money back for that.
And to your point from a little earlier, when we talk about LVT flooring, Sherida, I've talked to a couple builders recently that say, yeah, we can put it on the stairs, but it's actually not as low maintenance as you think, because there's so many cuts and pieces, and tenants are tromping up and down those stairs that it's easier for it to come loose and frankly to slip right on the stairs. So what do you think? Is carpet on stairs a necessary evil?
I think it is. We just completed some townhomes for my kids, and I did LVT everywhere in the units, but on the stairs I did do carpet just because I wanted it to be a softer,
easier to deal with, change out, maintain. Yeah, but in that kitchen and in the bathrooms, where there's liquid and there's more likely to be problems, LVT is a no-brainer. But what about bedrooms for LVT versus carpet?
Depends on the location. We learned that down in Arizona that it's pretty common to keep your shoes on, right? The tenant keeps their shoes on, and so it might make a little more sense to have the LVT or the hard surface throughout versus the carpet.
Yeah.
And the hard surface stays cooler than a carpet would. I know that sounds weird, but it does have the cooler, I mean, you're on the floor versus the carpet with the pad.